From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Get big savings close to home with Northway Bank's Community Sense digital coupon book, filled with valuable money-saving coupons from hundreds of Northway Bank business customers. Visit northwaybank.com for more info. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Two men in their late teens are finishing up a summer of training working with members of the Conway Police Department as police cadets. Sergeant George Walker says Taylor Matthau of Albany and Christopher Amaral of Conway have each worked 24 hours a week throughout the summer, learning police operations and procedures after completing a week of basic training at New Hampshire's Cadet Academy. Walker says the program he administers has been in place for many years, and the need for it continues in order to generate interest in young people about careers in law enforcement. Because they're not sworn officers, the cadets do not wear uniforms or carry weapons. Here's Walker talking about their routine.
Hours are split between patrol, dispatch, and other areas of the department. Their duties include washing and cleaning cruisers, going out on patrol with the officers, getting accustomed to the paperwork that we do, and they spend usually a couple of days in dispatch each week understanding how dispatch works and how to take emergency calls and how to document them properly.
Walker says both cadets have done very well through the summer, and because it's been busy, they've experienced a variety of different kinds of calls for service. He encourages both men to return next year if they want to continue to learn about law enforcement. Walker will talk to the cadets this morning about their experiences and future plans. He says going to college or entering military service are both good preparatory routes for law enforcement careers.
What we try to do is prepare them as best we can to start their career on the right foot, whether it be the military or college degree, and then give them some information on what they should do to make themselves valuable as an employee. College classes, maybe even an EMT certification or advanced first aid certifications. We usually brief them on becoming a part-time officer rather than getting into it full-time to start. Start with part-time, see if it's still something you like before you pull the trigger on the full-time 40-hour-a-week career.
Walker says there's been a return on the department's investment in the cadet program, as people who have gone through it in the past have become police officers in Conway. The two cadets will get an official send-off from members of the Conway Police Department this morning. New Hampshire's congressional delegation is asking the Federal Department of Energy to do a more rigorous review of a contentious proposal to build a 187-mile electric transmission line through northern New Hampshire. In a letter to the Energy Secretary, the senators and representatives cite a change in the route of the proposed Northern Pass project and concerns they've heard from constituents. The delegation, Democratic Senator Jean Shaheen, Republican Senator Kelly Ayotte, and Democratic Representatives Annie Custer and Carol Shea Porter also want to know if a federal environmental review can continue before the project's backers demonstrate they can legally pursue construction on the route. The $1.4 billion project would transmit 1,200 megawatts of Canadian hydroelectric power from Hydro-Quebec into New England, enough to serve more than 1 million homes. In Maine news, the first trial of an accused client of a fitness instructor who used her studio as a front for prostitution in Maine has ended in acquittal, but more trials are scheduled. The trial of former Kennebunk High School hockey coach Don Hill ended yesterday when the judge barred prosecutors from showing jurors Alexis Wright's business ledger. The judge previously ruled Wright didn't have to answer questions. Without her testimony or ledger, prosecutors had no proof of money changing hands. The 53-year-old Hill was one of 68 people charged so far with paying for sex with Wright. 59 of them have pleaded guilty or no contest. A prosecutor says the judge's ruling does not affect the state's case against the 8 others who have requested trials. In sports, New Hampshire Fisher Cats catcher Jack Murphy contributed 2 tie-breaking hits, and the Cats stopped a 9th-inning rally by the Portland Sea Dogs at Hadlock Field in Portland last night to beat the Dogs 8-6. Fenway Park hosted a softball game between the Wounded Warriors amputee softball team and a group of Boston Marathon first responders Monday night to raise money for victims of the April 15th attacks. And Brian Villarreal walked Marco Scutaro with the bases loaded and 2 outs at the bottom of the ninth, handing the San Francisco Giants a 3-2 win over the Boston Red Sox last night in San Francisco. In the weather today, mostly sunny, highs the upper 80s, light winds becoming southwest around 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight, areas of fog after midnight, lows in the mid-50s, around 60 in southern Carroll County, and partly sunny on Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, highs in the upper 80s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.